Hey guys, and welcome back to No More Heroes. We are now the rank number 10 assassin. We've still got a bit of a ways to go, but we're going to take a dupe here, and then we shall take our crazy motorbike out onto the streets of Santa Destroy. This is where...
Hey, whatever, Doctor.
Hey, Doctor's great. Alright? Don't be dissing Doctor. But like I was saying, we're gonna go out onto the streets and just basically explore the world. Where does the world of No More Heroes take place, Richie? Do my job for me, please?
Well, it takes place in Santa Destroy, which is sort of California, I think.
It's based off San Diego, which they said. However, they base it off of the version of San Diego seen in the movie Dirty Harry, which is weird because that was filmed in San Francisco. So it's San Francisco as San Diego as Santa Destroy.
Yeah, 2-51 really likes his cultural references, but they're not always necessarily quite correct.
How many kids, or teenagers I should say, learned the word moe from this game?
Probably quite a few.
What does moe even mean?
You don't want to know, and don't follow Travis's example either. He is not a good role model.
Yeah, don't go around killing people with lightsabers.
Duly noted, Helldragon.
Just do yourselves a favor and don't watch anime. Ever. Just don't.
It gets even worse in the sequel because you can actually walk around in the motel in Desperate Struggle, and Travis has a bin that's filled up with a lot of tissue.
Oh god, no!
Yeah.
The love box. Also, Travis is Catholic, maybe? I mean, that's the Mexican version, whatever. I don't know, you would think I would know, but I don't.
I have no idea what you're on about here.
He has a little picture on his nightstand of, I'm pretty sure it's like Santa Maria or some shit like that.
Yeah. It is definitely something like that. I think the implication is it's either something that was already in the motel room when he moved in, or it is actually his, so...
I don't think Travis in any way, shape, or form has any sort of spiritual or religious anything in his body.
Yeah.
They probably it's kind of like those free Bibles they put in hotel rooms. In California, they just put freaking Spanish iconology all over your room. It's like, there you go, have fun.
I believe Travis's religious affiliation is plug them all and let God sort them out.
Like, he's the type of person who would put Jedi on all his forms, let's be honest here.
Well, I mean, he is basically a Jedi. I mean, he's wielding a lightsaber, beam katana. Definitely not a lightsaber.
You may want to get that cough checked out, bro. I mean, we gotta do a few more parts here, and if you're just gonna keep coughing, it's not good.
I know, considering there's another 18 of these sods.
One of which is just strictly looking at trading cards. What you may not know about Richie, if you've never watched one of his playthroughs before, is that he covers everything. Everything! Which means we're going to spend 30 minutes just looking at friggin' pieces of paper.
Hey, it's gotta balance me skipping half of games.
I mean, in all fairness, half of it is concept art. So, it's a little more interesting than mere trading cards, but yet it is still 35 minutes of that.
Can we fight with the trading cards?
That's important, yeah, I gotta actually know.
So what's first on our Santa Destroy agenda, Richard?
Well, basically the first thing is just have a look around Travis's apartment, well, in the motel, because you've got his wardrobe where you can customize what he's wearing, you can select which weapon you want. The Bloodberry is the one that you have from the start of the game normally. I'm not going to use that because just why? I've got the best weapon in the game.
Yeah, why downgrade?
Yes, you've got the fridge for health. There's a map of Santa Destroy if you want to see where you're going, but the phone really isn't that important. The TV is where you're going to be watching wrestling tapes that you can find at, I think it's Beefhead Studios. It's where Travis's friend works. And the toilet is your save feature. You've got Jean the cat who you can play with.
Playing a kitty.
It's just adorable. And you've also got the cards, which are the things that we are going to be looking at in the future.
They are indeed cards.
50 or so are wrestling masks. Collecting them then makes the wrestling masks appear on Travis's wall.
That's cool.
And then the other bit of it is concept art, but you can't get that concept art until you play New Game Plus.
Huh.
Yeah.
I do also know that, so the masks, you get those in the pre-boss room where you can refill your health, refill your battery, take a shit, and there's usually the mask is chilling out somewhere in that room. And like you said, you'll watch the video, get a new wrestling move, hangs on your wall, and then if you play the sequel, all the masks that you collected in this game will carry over, and Travis's room will be super decorated from the start of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just tell you what you need to know. The 9th ranked assassin is currently Dr. Peace.
Anybody who's watched my solo run of this game, they will know that I have an absolute obsession with Heavenly Star, which is the song that is playing in this cutscene right now. I don't know what led to it being in this game, but it's Heavenly Star by the Genki Rockets. It was also in Lumines 2, and it was kind of their debut song, and I'd say that this game is what gave them some sort of prominence in the West. It's not much, because it's still a niche game and all, but it's what made me find the song, and it's what made me find them, and I've kind of become a Genki Rockets fan ever since.
Oh Jesus, we might have another Travis on our hands here, boys.
I wonder how much it costs to start a assassin agency that finds temp assassin work for other assassins.
Well, you ain't gonna get there by doing LPs on YouTube, I can tell you that much.
That's for sure.
He's damn right about that. So Helldragon, how's about you and me, we start another fundraiser, stream, whatever thing, and all of the money will go to creating our own assassin organization. I can be president, and you can be co-president.
Well, I don't know about that. I tend to want to stay alive. That's usually my modus operandi when I get up in the morning, so I'll have to think it over.
Well, yes, but you'd be doing the sort of work that Sylvia's doing, and therefore you wouldn't necessarily be in the line of fire.
Yeah, we hire people to kill amongst themselves.
Well, still, they could always trace it back to us.
And cost themselves their own job? I don't think so.
Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna say that assassins are necessarily loyal. I mean, if the highest bidder presents itself, you always gotta watch out for that kind of shit.
No, that's a life lesson you can take to your grave.
If you were playing the game normally, you would not be able to actually do anything in K Entertainment to begin with. They drop you off here to say, this is where you're going to be earning most of your money, but you'll come in and they'll say, sorry, we don't give out jobs to people like you, so you have to go and do side jobs to be able to get stuff to actually do there to get enough money.
Huh.
It's just so tedious. And really, this is the worst bit of the game, and it's the thing that's the most criticised. Because, for some bizarre reason, they decided to make part of the game obviously tedious.
Super grindy.
Yeah. It's just like, they cut it out for the sequel, and you can see why, because it's slow, it's monotonous. It's like that kind of infamous tractor driving or forklift driving segment in Shenmue. It's there, and it's just, ugh.
That's all the side quest stuff. What about the open world? Helldragon, I know you haven't played this, so I'm not expecting you to answer, but Mexi, what did you think of the open world in No More Heroes, and how did you feel when they took it out in the second game?
I actually kind of like the open world in this game.
Same, yeah.
I'm probably one of the few guys that actually liked finding the little holes of cash, just because you can use your sword as a dowser rod, essentially. You just stab it in the ground and money comes out. And I liked going around and finding random areas where you would get into brawls with bad guys and just raise money or use new skills. Because I started really exploring later in the game when I needed money for upgrades and stuff. So exploring was actually beneficial because I wanted all that money that I could get. And of course, riding the, was it the Sheppel Tiger?
Spell Tiger.
Spell Tiger, okay. I should probably learn how to pronounce that.
I mean, that's what I'm assuming it's pronounced as. I might not be correct, but it sounds right.
What's going on here exactly? Let's put pronunciations aside for 1 second. I want to know what this is all about.
So this is training. Basically, it's the way in which you're going to increase your health, partially increase your beam katana combo, and also, I believe there's something else. I can't remember specifically what the stat is, but you're going to want to do this. It's quite expensive, but thankfully for me, this is actually the last round of training that I ever need to do.
Nice, nice. So actually, that's really convenient. Even though you're playing New Game Plus, you still get to show this off, and when it's done, you're at your, your peak physical fitness.
Yep, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to show this off at all, which would have been really frustrating.
The sad part is that Travis's right arm is stronger than his left one.
Wank joke.
Oh, come on, you know that was perfectly timed.
Annoyingly, yes.
I love the really janky remix of the Rocky theme in the background.
Well, it's not exactly fully Eye of the Tiger, but that's certainly what it's lampooning.
Well, it has to. I mean, his whole dealio is the tiger.
Yes.
And the other thing, too, is that his trainer, Thunder Ryu, we're going to get to a part way later in the game where he actually becomes sort of a plot character. And if you haven't done any of this training, you're confused on who the fuck are these people talking about?
Yeah.
And Thunder Ryu is actually based off a Japanese professional wrestler, Genichiro Teru. I only know that because I likes me some Lucha Libre no matter what country it's in.
My question is why you had to be in a boxing ring in order to do squats. Aren't you supposed to be able to do that pretty much anywhere? I gotta go to a gym so I can bend up and down. I can't do it at home. That's embarrassing. The
laws of Santa Destroy are varied and weird. I tend not to question them.
We needed to know that the girls are saying, hey guys. With a kissy mark.
Yeah.
What's next, Richie?
I'm actually not 100% sure. I think I'm going to be doing a little bit of hunting around these spots that you can see on the little map. Mexi was talking about the dig spots, and basically you see the little orange dots on the minimap. Those are those dig spots.
Yeah.
Now, if you haven't gotten an upgrade from Dr. Naomi at the lab, then that can be incredibly difficult, because you're just running around trying to stab. If you got this upgrade, then basically the Wiimote will vibrate, and that will allow you to more easily locate stuff, but it's still a case of, it's very, very finicky to actually pull off. You can get money from it most of the time. In New Game Plus, some of those will be the trading cards. And yeah, it took me about an hour or so, right near the end of the game, to try and get all of the concept art, to run around the entirety of Santa Destroy, and it's actually quite big. Just slowly going around all these spots and stabbing them. And it was painful.
It's a pretty big city, and I'm honestly surprised that while I was playing the game, I never really felt lost at any point. I could always tell, on which side of the city I was always on, or what was nearby. I mean, the map helps. The map does have that 8-bit pixely appeal, so sometimes it's not as specific as you would like it to be, but still functions, it still works. At the very least, you can always know which direction to go to, and as you demonstrated, the Spelltiger just runs through all kinds of geography. It doesn't give a fuck about street lights. Occasional fence may get in its way, but you can really just hightail it to any location. And thank God you're finally spinning the star!
There's one thing that's slightly depressing with the Spelltiger that I forgot that I could do, and that's that you can boost. If you hold down the Z button, then you can just go zoom, and it makes getting around so much easier. And I didn't realise I could do it until, near the end of the game.
You forgot to boost? This is gonna be a long LP.
You play more Sonic games, you wouldn't be having this problem.
No, I take that bullet for all of us, thank you very much.
I also forgot that I had an ability. So basically there are these things called Lorikov balls that we are going to go more into in a future part, and basically they allow you to unlock kind of special extras for Travis. So, like, you can earn more money at the end of a ranking fight, depending on the rank. You can see enemy health bars, and also, more importantly, there's one which allows you to run with Travis. I have this, but completely forgot that I had this. And so, never use it until I actually realised, and it was just like one of those, really?
Jesus fucking Christ.
On New Game Plus, no less. And I wasn't going to give you shit when you were having trouble in the first mansion taking those hits. Oh boy, let's see if any other flubs come into view.
Thankfully, I don't think there's anything quite as bad as those, although you'll probably quite enjoy me generally parking properly whenever I return the Spell Tiger to the motel.
Yeah, Travis has those kind of priorities.
You're such a fucking goody-goody.
This is the point where you will want to kill me, because I decide, I'll run round to the video store just to show that off, and then also to the lab. This would have gone a lot quicker if I'd, one, driven, but also if I had run. But, oh well, the damage is done.
Yes, it is.
Don't make a store called Beefhead, everybody.
So this is the video store where you can buy those videos with the wrestling moves. Bishop here is the guy who will help you, well, bring the Spell Tiger to you if you call him, and he is classified as Travis's best friend.
He is super important in the second game.
Yes, and I believe that he's actually voiced by Matt Mercer.
Everyone's voiced by Matt Mercer, and if they're not voiced by Matt Mercer, then they're voiced by... What's the other dude who sounds like Matt Mercer? Can't even remember. Troy Baker! Troy Baker and Matt Mercer, same human being. They do everyone's voices.
Used to be Nolan North, but yeah.
You know, some voice actors actually use, multiple fake names if they're not part of a union so they can get more work. I think Stephen Blum, he did that at the very least at one point. I don't know if he still does.
Also, are we ever gonna swing by Beefhead again?
I don't think we will, actually.
Alright, so then let me just drop it that its design is based off of an old Japanese movie called Gozu. So pretty much any building that is important in this game, they designed it after something in some movie. So Beefhead is from Gozu.
Here we have Naomi's lab, so you can buy upgraded weapons, you can also buy upgrades to those weapons. There are two that I have left, a power-up part and the energy saver, but we are not going to get them until right at the end of the game, because have you seen how expensive those things are?
You can also spend the whole time listening to Heavenly Star.
Yes.
Sounds like something out of The World Ends With You.
I mean, it is sort of J-poppy, so...
I remember when this song randomly popped in my head. It's like, what was that song? And so I tried to look for it, and I found the Luminon 2 version. I was like, wait, it was in another game? What?
And fun story, it was actually in another game, because there was Child of Eden, which I have done a run-through of. It's a rhythm game by, I think it's Tetsuya Mizuguchi, the guy who made Rez, basically. And... that entire game is, well, the soundtrack is done by the Genki Rockets, and Heavenly Star is the song for the last level.
Okay, that's nice. That's a pretty cool final level music.
It's glorious. I'm a massive Child of Eden fan, although I don't think really anybody knows of it anymore.
I know of it.
Yeah, you stabbed that ground, Travis.
This would be really effective if there was garbage beneath.
Well, you mentioned garbage. Just wait until we get to the thing about the side jobs.
Goody.
You're supposed to hold it out in front of you, Travis. That's how a dowsing rod works.
He's trying to find some psychic arrowheads.
This run here is where I'm just like, why didn't I realise I had, I think it's Memory of a Child.
What do you need Memory of a Child for?
That's the running, technique upgrade.
Huh.
They've got, the names are like Memory of, and the running one is, I'm pretty sure, Memory of a Child.
That makes sense.
It's something to do with Killer 7, I
Can
think.
we kill an assassin now, please?
No, we gotta enjoy the city some more. Shut up and enjoy San Fran Diego Destroy.
Fine.
Is there a pole back here? No, I don't see it.
Unfortunately not, but this is going to be the last bit of kind of random running about that you're probably going to see for a little while at least.
Thank you. I like this overworld, I really do, but I enjoy it on my own time and terms. Thank you very much. I'm watching someone else piss about and it is annoying me.
Yeah, you can imagine my pain then when I went to do my trading card and Lovikov bull hunt. That was horrible.
I swear, if that's not edited, I will get a train to your area and literally kick you out of the group in person.
Damn, I want that filmed.
Don't worry, that is all not there. All of that hunt was just removed because it was like, well, what's the point in including it?
So, Hotel No More Heroes, another building based off something in a movie, is similar to the one in the movie Memento.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Travis. The next fight has
Like, you can pretty much just patch the entire city with freaking reference shots from movies. It's one thing I really, really do love about Suda51, is that he likes movies, but he's not so much like Kojima where he tries to make movies that are video games. He makes video games based around his love of movies. So he knows he can really divide the mediums a lot better than other directors.
Oh, definitely. I mean, because No More Heroes is at its heart a gamer's game, really. It's so video gamey that it just explodes with that kind of culture.
Kind of interesting from a guy who, like, he got his starting in writing instead of, was one of those guys that, like, started with game development. You know, he took care of dead people, and then he wrote video games, and then he would go on to actually, like, directing and designing them.
Gotta dress to impress.
How much must all those figures be? How many amiibos has Travis Touchdown scalped?
How many people had to die to get a Metal Mario? I guess we'll find out next time.